record now, and I'm gonna give the birthday girl the honors of counting us off.
Oh boy. Okay. 3, 2, 1, action.
Action. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode, and the final episode of us covering The Mandalorian on Sith Happens. I'm Micah,
I'm Amaya.
the birthday girl. In case you guys didn't know, January 15th, 2021 was Amaya's 20th birthday. Can drop a fat happy birthday down in the comments for her.
Actually, it's my birthday where Micah is, but not where I am, because we're an hour apart.
Okay, well, at the time we're recording this, it's Amaya's birthday in my time zone. So on my snap, she still has the little confetti and like party hat and stuff. So smash that like button, drop a happy birthday in the comments. We're gonna wish Amaya a happy birthday. But
Okay.
yeah,
So if we want to start on Mando,
yes, we are.
up. What a finale! It feels like yesterday.
Yeah, it was a really good finale. Unfortunately, it came out forever ago, and we couldn't film podcasts because I live in the middle of nowhere, so that's why we took such a long break because I couldn't sustain a Wi-Fi connection reasonable enough to actually record these, but it's okay. We're doing it now.
I have my notes.
She has her notes. Nothing's changed.
Yes. I kept them all this time.
Awesome.
Okay. But honestly, I feel like the problem is gonna be because I just leave like 2-word like jokes,
Like,
And
haha,
one
droid
word?
funny.
Yeah, yeah, like word I'm not gonna remember what that's attaining to because my first note right away is Pirate Boba, and I'm like, what?
We may need to look at WikiHow, or not WikiHow, Wikipedia.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember.
Okay.
I think in the very beginning, the CGI and like the space effects and like all the ships and stuff that looked really cool. Um,
I agree.
yeah, I have a note saying Slave One rising up is epic. So there was that scene where it like comes up behind the ship, and that was really cool. It was probably, I don't know. It looked like the best like ships scenes I guess I've seen in Star Wars yet. Um, so that was cool. And then my next note is Mando is hot.
Okay. Thanks for that.
I started simping full time. It's a
When?
problem.
When did you start simping full time?
Probably the episode before this one where he took his helmet off.
Okay.
That's why I was like, all right. Oh, and also, this was before the finale, but after we filmed our last podcast, so I didn't get to talk about it. I had a dream. I was married to Mando, and we had kids. We had college age kids. I think Ahsoka was there too. It was really cool. So, anyways, I looked at him different after that. He was my husband, plain and simple.
Wow, that's a really good dream, Amaya.
It was.
You should tell your therapist about that one.
I will.
Um, yeah, I just looked up a plot summary because I don't remember the episode.
And then I was like, oh, okay. So they're on the ships, and the ship scene are cool. And then they go onto the ship, and there's the guy with the glasses. I think this should be like a comedic episode of us just trying to remember the episode.
We don't remember the episode.
There's the scientist guy with the glasses, and
Oh
they
yeah, Dr. Pershing. He was
and they
like,
shoot everyone. Yes.
oh, I'm remembering it now. It's coming back to me. It's coming back to me. But we've got Dr. Pershing, and he's like, science. And why are you doing that? You're wearing glasses.
Science.
And Boba Fett, which I don't remember if we talked about this in the last episode or not, but his new painted armor, fresh. Man got that fresh outfit.
Yeah.
Good stuff. They even managed to make the dent in his helmet look good somehow. Like every little imperfection is perfect. Go ahead.
Yes. So they got on the ship and they have everyone at gunpoint and the guy starts talking about Alderaan, and I was like, why are we giving Kara a backstory? But then I realized this was right after they announced that she would have her own show, so I was like, well, kind of makes
Yeah.
sense.
Also, didn't they say she was from Alderaan in like season
Well,
one?
yeah. Well, I don't know about season one, but earlier in this season they did.
Yeah,
And
earlier in the season. You're
he
right.
brought it up. He brought it up again, and it was like unpacking more trauma for her, and I was like, why? But then I was like, it makes sense, so I'll allow it.
Imagine your first interaction with someone is them exploiting all of your emotional baggage in front of all your friends, and you just have to maintain this hard expression. You're like fighting back
Epic,
tears.
totally savage moment.
It's like, oh, what's the matter? What's the matter? All your friends died? Huh? Why'd your dad leave too?
Yeah, you lost everyone you love. And your friends don't, you didn't talk about it to your friends because you suppress all your emotions because, you don't have anyone to talk about them to until now.
You're just sitting there like, oh my god.
And then I said, whoa, the music, but I don't, it wasn't the Dark Trooper theme because that's its own separate note. So I don't remember what the music was, but the music was cool.
The music was cool. Ludwig Göransson?
Goranson?
Yeah, you're a cool composer, dude.
Yes, he's awesome.
Shout out to Ludwig Göransson.
Yes.
He's the only guy I know that can make a rock Star Wars intro and make it work.
And then, one of my predictions was that he was gonna um, get like a whole team together of like all the characters that we've already seen this season.
Big shot gangster putting together a
Back.
crew.
And then they did. As soon as I saw Bo-Katan, I was like, yep, he's getting a team together, just like I predicted. And then, for some reason... okay, and then I also had a prediction in here that didn't age well, because it says, I bet Bo will get the Darksaber back this episode, too. That was just incorrect. But we can get to that later.
Yeah, we still got a ways away to go. But
And then I said Mando is tall.
okay. Anyways, so I think it's my turn to talk. I think she said enough. That I meant to say this earlier, but like that ship part when they invade the ship and Boba's like, "Don't move," and they all get on the ship and they're like holding the guy hostage and stuff, and that one guy that's like also bringing up all of Cara Dune's past trauma, he's also like, "Hey, remember the Death Star? That was a lot of people you guys killed. Not cool." And I was like, "Wow." I mean, I don't like the Empire, but at the same time, he's right. That was a lot of people that died. And I
He's
think it
right,
was
but also preventative measure, you know?
yes, but also I think it was neat to see that other side perspective because for us they're always just dudes they're just dudes with helmets on. They're faceless
Yeah.
grunts that we don't care about because they don't have names. They're just like boop, and yeah. So I think it's neat that we get to see other side perspectives of these guys because they think they're the good guys too. Like,
Yeah.
so I think it's neat to
Everyone
see
thinks
that.
they're the good guys. And then we get into our little squabble with Boba Fett and Cosca Reeves. And then Bo-Katan calls him a donor, and I was like, whoa!
Oh no, yeah, she called
Whoa!
Django a donor. That was
Oh,
scene.
yeah.
That scene was honestly god tier. That was a god
Yeah.
tier scene, because, yeah, she was talking about how he's heard his voice 1,000 times, and all I could think about was like the Siege of Mandalore arc, and then he was like, "This armor belonged to my father," and she's like, "Don't you mean your donor?" And I was like,
And then they start fighting, and I said, guys, stop fighting. Why are all Mandalorians such pricks? Like, chill out. And then I came to this just out of world galaxy brain conclusion. Mandalore is the Star Wars fandom of Star Wars planets. Because they're always fighting each other over Mandalore because they think that they're right. Like, always, you know?
"Oh."
You know what
I
I
was
mean?
like, "Where are
Like,
you getting at for
the
this?" Yeah.
Star Wars fandom is like always fighting each other for no reason. And then
Star Wars fan is Mandalorians fighting over the
yes,
Darksaber.
yes,
Yes.
just in general, literally over anything. Literally, they're just always fighting. I'm like, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, hey! You don't like the
And they
prequels?
end up
Shut
ruining
up! You suck.
Mandalore, just like Star Wars fans ruin Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Connections are there. Also, look at this Grogu I got for Christmas.
Oh, he's over there. Okay, so funny story for Christmas. My mom got two. My mom got two little Grogu's. She got one of the little stuffed ones, like right there, and she got the freaking what she get? And she got one of the like realistic ones that are like $60.
Mm-hmm.
And so under the tree, I guess she got tired of wrapping presents. So there was a bunch of stuff just sitting over there, and she was like, "You guys take it." She said, "Sort amongst yourselves who wants what." And my sister, my mom specifically got her the stuffed one, and she just left the $60 one in the box. And I went over there and looked at it, but I didn't know if my brother wanted it or not, so I just kind of left it. I should have known he wasn't going to take it, but my sister got a hold of it, and now she doesn't even want the stuffed one. So I guess the stuffed one rightfully belongs to me now because she just doesn't want it. She only wants the realistic one because it makes noise and stuff.
Dang, you got the fancy one.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't. My sister did.
Well, yeah. 1 second, hold on. This is also two of my birthday gifts.
Wow. Where's his hand?
Oh, it's over there. Okay, listen.
Okay.
I was struggling to get his hand in, and I even asked my brother. I was like, "Can you put his hand in his arm for me?" And he couldn't do it, so I just kind of like left it in there to like dangle, because like it doesn't go all the way in for some reason. So then I decided that Mando was just a honorary Skywalker because he's missing a hand. He still has his gun. So that's
amazing.
There we go. It's upside down, but you can see it.
Awesome.
Grogu. So yes, and I also got a Baby Yoda mug. So I got all of them.
That's cool. I got a Baby Yoda. My mom got me like baby. She went crazy on posters this year. So I have a crap ton of posters, and some of them is like a 12-pack of like posters that are like this big, like as big as like this, and they're like 2012 meme Star Wars posters. Like there's one of all of them in the cockpit from like Return of the Jedi, and it says, "Don't make me pull over." Like I was like, "Thanks, Mom."
You simply have to hang them up.
And I got one of those fridge Oh, there's one of Luke hanging on that thing in The Empire Strikes Back, and it says, "Hang in there." I'm putting that above my desk for motivation. But
yeah.
I have a fridge magnet of like just Grogu, and he's like in his little chamber thingy. He has his hand sticking out, and it says, "My kid can levitate your kid." I was just looking at all these on Christmas and laughing. I was like, "This is insane."
I'm trying to raise his arm so he could use the Force.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Is he doing a move? Is he attacking me?
No, he was... I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Okay, back to the episode.
Oh, yeah, right.
Have we ever seen Mandalore live action?
No.
Okay, because I want to see it live action.
I think that would be cool. I would like to see that. But at the same time, everybody on Mandalore is just blonde and blue or purple-eyed.
Yeah.
That's a lot of blonde people.
Yeah. Cool to see it maybe like post or pre-ethnic cleansing maybe. Or like post unethnic, post versification.
Did they ever explain what was up with that? Why is everybody on Mandalore the same?
I don't know. I just assumed ethnic cleansing.
Incest.
Yeah. Well, if it was incest, they would all have like 2 heads and 6 arms or something.
General Grievous type B.
Okay, and then my next note says "skank in the scud pie."
Oh.
I think that was a quote from it, and I just thought it was funny, so I wrote it down.
Skank in the scud pie. That sounds familiar. If you guys remember what skank in the scud pie is, let us know in the comments.
Comment below.
Knock my mic out of my ear. There we go.
Comment below.
Comment below, right in the video. Oh, while you're at it, smash that like button, hit that notifications button. We're gonna... Right. Because, we're coming at you guys every week with new episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Skirt.
Yeet. Skirt. Skirt. Roll up.
Drop that. Skirt that. Drop that. Hey.
Hey. Okay. Next is I didn't pay enough attention to the plan. So when they were all going over the plan to infiltrate the ship and get Grogu back, I was not listening.
Okay, do you need me to explain it to you?
No, I know what it is.
Okay.
'Cause I watched the rest of the episode, but that was just my notes. Okay, and then we see Moff Gideon with the Darksaber. Do we? I don't know. Anyways,
yes. Because while they're on what?
No, go.
Okay, yeah, because the four ladies are like boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room, and they're big chilling, and Mando is like, haha, I'm sinking, and then he opens the door, or wait, no, was this before or after he got thrown around by dark troopers?
I just had in my. Okay, well that was after he got beat up by dark troopers, but
that's funny.
Before any of that happened, I just wrote I still wonder like how he got the Darksaber.
Oh,
don't know.
I don't know.
And I feel like that is something that should have maybe been explained this season, because I don't really think it makes sense to go back to that in future seasons.
We still don't, unless they pick up exactly where they left off in season 2.
Yeah.
For the start of season 3.
I guess they are keeping him like hostage, so I guess we could see that in a future season.
Yeah, I guess I could come back around. I don't know.
Yeah. The TIE fighters looked awesome. Oh, okay. This is when they're like Bo-Katan's
when they're like deploying.
Under attack! You have to let us in. Let us in. We're under attack. That scene. Also, why? I'm looking at this minifigure. Why is his helmet like orange? It doesn't look like that, does it?
I'm more wondering why the black is smudged.
Is it?
I don't know.
No,
why are you taking
shadow.
the thing that helps you see better?
Because sometimes there's weird glares. No, it's just a shadow. It's not a smudge.
Oh.
Okay, anyways. This is when Bo-Katan's freaking out and trying to convince them to let them on the ship. And then they send the TIE fighters out, and the TIE fighters look really cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I like the thing where they like individually launch them. Because usually in most movies, whenever they release the TIE fighters, they just let them go.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot better for them to just release them individually, because I don't know how they don't crash. I do not know how they do not crash when they all get released like that. That's an easy way for like.
Not very smart. They are. I would be too motion sickness if I were in Star Wars. Good grammar. However, it's true. Because they were all spinning around. I would throw up. Although maybe because there's like no gravity. Maybe it's... But the ships have like gravity. Why do the ships have gravity? You know? Like...
Maybe they have little gravity things.
Maybe. Probably. Oh no, there is, because in that one Clone Wars episode, with Cad Bane, they like turn the gravity off.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that. Was really cool.
Yes.
And all the clones are like, "Help! My feet aren't on the floor."
But they have the little magnet things on their armor that like sticks in the ceiling and floor. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then I said, "Okay, period," but I don't know what I was talking about.
You're probably talking about the scene where the four ladies were like, boom, 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 boom.
No, because that was my next note.
What the heck?
just maybe one of them did something cool. And I was like, yeah. And then it took me like kind of, well, and that's how you know that it's good, cause like it took me a second to realize like, wait, these are all women. I didn't realize it at first. Versus like Endgame when they're like, here's all the women. We did a feminism. Praise us for the bare minimum, please. Like, no.
Yeah, I agree with that very much. Like, I think, as I remember watching Infinity War, and whenever Wanda, freaking Scarlet Witch, Black Widow, and Okoye, they were like, and I was like,
Yeah, that
yeah,
was a
yeah,
good
you kicked
scene.
their butts, you kicked their butts.
But
And
then
then
in
in
Endgame, it was
Endgame,
just like,
it was all of them,
girl
and I was like,
boss.
what?
That was just, it was very,
I'm like, how are you all even in the same area?
it was very performative to me. They
Yes, definitely.
praise us. We love women. We can't correctly write women in an appropriate setting, but we put them all in a scene where they look cool. So give us feminism points, please. No. I'm going to give my feminism points to Star Wars, who showed these four awesome female uh, characters teaming up, working together with no like misogynistic catty drama or anything incorporated into it. They just did their job and they did it well and they were strong and powerful. Period.
Period.
And then, okay, and then.
Hang on, wait, time out before you keep going. Hang on. Hang on.
Where's. Where's he going? Okay, anyways, do you guys want to see my Lego Grogu? What is he doing? Oh, he's putting a mask on. It's a Boba Fett mask. Boba Fett mask time.
Boba mask. Yeah, I got this for Christmas. I just thought it was appropriate. I'm
Nice.
taking this off now because my screen's not reading my face. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. Can you, like, brighten, please? Not the background. Okay, that's good enough.
Okay. Anyways.
Are you okay?
Then we okay. And then Cara Dune's gun just started messing up for no reason. Like,
My gun's jammed.
There was no reason for that. Like it didn't develop the plot at all. It was just like something that happened. So, I mean, like whatever. Like I don't care. I was
It
just
was
like,
for suspense. Because remember in The New
Yeah.
Hope when they did it and they were like, hit it. And Luke's
Yeah.
like, I can't. My gun's jammed.
Yeah. And then it is time to deploy the Dark Troopers. And oh my god, they were so cool.
Yeah, he ran up to that door. And he saw them like engaging and he went, no. And I was like, yes. And he tried to shut that door and they stopped it and pried it open. I was like, yes.
That was scary.
Yes.
It was like, it was
Yes.
scary. Ugh, my eyes are itching.
I don't know how completely CG droids can pose so much of a threat in my imagination. Like,
They
I'm
were
watching this, I'm
creepy.
like, how's he gonna get out of this? Like,
And something else, I can't remember if this was this episode or last episode. Something that was cool was when Moff Gideon was like, or maybe it was Dr. Pershing, I can't remember. No, it was Dr. Pershing. And they were like, the last flaw or whatever that needed to be solved was the human inside. Or something like that.
yeah, something like that, yeah.
That was cool. I was like, oh. It's very much Empire. Like they don't actually care about people. They just care about
Dominance.
like being powerful.
Yes.
Yeah. So they'll like do whatever to get powerful. And then Mando gets his shit rocked like bad. Like when I watched it with my mom, she was like, she does that thing that moms do. She's like, oh my god, ah. She's being dramatic. Crap! I lost my spot. I skipped so much. Okay. Well, basically, I just said Dark Troopers are cool. Fennec is cool, and then we're back to where we are. And then he tried setting it on fire, and I said, "Now, why didn't he set it on fire earlier?" Like, while he was bashing his face into the wall. But
Yeah, that thing was holding him against the wall, punching his head so hard it was denting the wall itself.
Yeah.
And then he decided he wanted to burn it.
For real. But then that didn't work, so I was literally so confused because I was like, he's literally about to die. Because, like,
No, he's got Beskar, remember? He got Beskar. He's good.
Well, no, but this Dark Trooper alone was literally about to rip his head off, and then the other ones were just about to break through the door. And then he hits him with the spear, and then he hits the button and sends them all into space.
And that was good stuff, too. And that was really good plot subversion, too, because I really thought they were gone. I really thought they were gone.
Yeah, no, yeah. I believed it. I was like, that's that. We will not see them again. They are
Good
gone.
job, Din Djarin.
And then what's next? Okay, and then, okay, so he defeats him, and then we see Moff Gideon with Grogu, and he looks so sad because he just wants to see his dad.
He's just sitting there, and Gideon's holding that Darksaber towards him. Like, and he's just sitting there. He's just like, hey, a little help.
And then we see the epic fight that I had predicted since the Ahsoka episode.
Which was really cool, by the way.
Yes, we were gonna see the Beskar Spear versus Darksaber fight.
Also, like,
pretty cool.
It was really cool. Something I did find out when I was making my Pedro Pascal video on my account was that because I had to look at behind the scenes stuff, and I found out that Pedro Pascal did not do that scene himself, which was disappointing to say the least. But hey,
I'm not surprised. He doesn't do a lot of his stunts.
We can't. Yeah, I know. Like,
It's barely him in the Mando suit, like, ever.
That's crazy to me. But either way, like, I don't know. I guess the voice and, like, the few times that I've seen his head in there, I'm like, oh yeah, Pedro's in there. And,
yeah.
But it doesn't, like, make sense for him to be in there sometimes.
Yeah.
So I guess, I don't know.
So smart of them to be like, let's introduce this character who's just in full armor the whole time, and then have him do a bunch of stunts. Because that makes stunts so easy, you know? Because you don't have to, like, do anything to make the stunt actor look like the character, you know?
Yeah, because, like, back in, like, the prequel era, whenever they had Count Dooku, and they're like, yeah, Christopher Lee, and they're like, he's, like, reading the script, and, like, and then Dooku fights Yoda, and he's like, I'm going to what? He's like, you do know I'm, like, 70, right? And, like, no, don't worry, we're just going to take a super young guy, dye his hair gray, and then we're going to CGI your face onto his.
Yeah. Easy. Logical.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense, but I remember being disappointed. But still a cool fight scene nonetheless, because honestly, Darksaber in live action is cool. Also, the way they did the Darksaber, and, like, the scenes where he was just holding it is, like, literally, like, the Darksaber blade, like, it was like the toys we get from Walmart. It was like that, but, like, thinner, like, much thinner. And then whenever they were fighting, it was just like the hilt. It was like the hilt, but, like, with one of those, like, white, because, you know, in the, like, the newer way they do lightsabers, because it used to be they just use sticks in the hilt, like metal sticks, metal rods, whatever. But now they, like, actually use, like, they're a lot like the lightsabers that you and I have, that are meant to hit but still, like, cast off a glow and stuff.
Yeah.
So he was just using, like, a, like, Darksaber hilt with, like, a big, like, white lightsaber blade emitting a glow for the fight scene. And I thought that was cool too. I don't know. I just think the whole concept of the Beskar spear versus the Darksaber is really cool to me, and I really enjoyed it overall.
Yes, it was a good scene. Moff Gideon's a really good villain. I've said that before. I'll say it again. He's really good.
He is a really good villain.
And I appreciate villains who are more tactical, like Thrawn.
Yes.
And the end.
I know
versus
exactly what you mean.
violent, you know? Like I would rather see like this guy like be just like like Palpatine kind of in the prequels as well, you know, just like be a super secret manipulative mastermind and have this whole plan that like you trick the protagonist into thinking they've got everything in the palm of their hands and then you just take it away, right?
Yes.
Because that was part of the plan the whole time. I appreciate that much more than a villain who just comes in and starts like killing everybody, you know, angry. I don't know. I mean, I appreciate both, but I really appreciate tactical villains. They're just cooler.
You saying that about Palpatine, literally like watching Rebels. It really set into my brain that one episode where like Rex and like met this and Rex and like this tactical droid from the other side, from like the Separatist side. They had to like work together. And that episode when Ezra was like, "You were both meant to lose. There was no way that either of you could win." And that really set into my mind that Palpatine quite literally started a war, played both sides, and made it to where nobody could win. And that literally is so cool. Like
Yeah.
he's such a villain. It's amazing. And then like, what else did he do? I don't remember. I just remember that line really sticking with me because Ezra was like, "You weren't supposed to win. You couldn't win," and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
wow."
That's right.
Oh, I also saw a meme. You know that meme of like the white girl crying and the black guy in the back like dancing?
Nope.
No? Okay, well that's really sad because it's like one of my favorite memes because the first time I ever saw it was like the white girl crying and it was labeled like like girls whenever girls when it, white people whenever the Starbucks gets broken down and then the black guy dancing was like black people when they remake it into a KFC and there's that. So that meme is already funny with me because it's already funny to me because that's the only association I have with it. And then I saw this on Instagram where it's like Palpatine whenever the Republic loses a war, but it was labeled that on the white girl. And it was Sidious whenever the Separatists win a war, and it's like the black guy dancing. And then it's the exact same thing, but the text is switched on the other side. So it's like Sidious whenever the Republic wins, and Palpatine whenever the Republic loses. I don't know, it's just funny to me.
Yeah, that's funny. Um, okay, what's next?
I don't know. What's your notes?
Okay, so then we have the fight, and then Din Djarin defeats the current owner of the Darksaber
Yeah, he
in
disarmed him with the spear. He went.
combat, and he becomes the rightful leader of Mandalore, just like that. And you know, I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. Now he can just, you know, give the lightsaber to Bo-Katan because she wanted it.
Me too.
And
I was like, yes.
Din Djarin was like, hey, you know, this is pretty cool because I can just give the Darksaber to Bo-Katan because she really wanted it. And then we show up and Bo-Katan is like,
And
no.
Bo-Katan is like,
Din Djarin is like, what? And I'm like, what? I know, she's about to freaking burst a blood vessel. She was like,
she got the vein in her forehead. Like,
for real.
and Moff Gideon's like, actually, she has to take it from you in a fight. And Mando's like, so you mean to tell me that I'm the rightful ruler of Mandalore now?
He's like, dang, I got a new kid and a new job, and I didn't ask for either of these.
Imagine picking up a sword and becoming the leader of an entire planet.
LOL. That's.
Laugh out loud.
Imagine your entire government revolving around like a 400-year-old sword.
Imagine losing a sword that a 14-year-old. This meme was made by the Death Watch gang. Imagine losing a sword that a 14-year-old girl gave you.
And then I said, why are Mandalorians so weird and picky? You
That's
know?
the second Mandalorian dig in your notes, and I think it's hilarious.
They're just so unnecessarily. They're the perfect example of how tradition is toxic. Because, you know, they're all like, well, in my cult, they just are basically trying to convince other cults that they're cults trying to convince other cults that they're not a cult or that their cult is the best cult. That's all it is. Mandalore slander coming at you. No, I don't know what I'm going with.
Cool. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I can't. That's all. I hate Mandalore. Not really. It's kind of cool, but
I was
not really.
thinking about that Boba Fett and what's her face fight? Whenever Boba Fett was like called her like a sidekick and stuff and they started fighting, I was like, yes, get her. And then she like got his like wrist with the cord thing, and I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I was like, Boba, there's no way you fell for that. You're like 80 years old. And then she like rocked shit, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, are you falling for this? And then they both did the flamethrower thing, and I was like, well.
You know they had to include that though, because well, I knew it as soon as I saw Sasha Banks was a WWE wrestler. I was like, they're gonna put her in an awesome like stunt scene, and they did. It was awesome. It was the fighting was good.
Yeah.
You know?
And it was whenever they both did the flamethrower thing, so the fire was like.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, once a Mandalorian, always a Mandalorian, I guess. Some things never change. I think it's neat to see that how even though they're fighting against each other, and even though they were both raised completely separately, I'm sure, because Boba being a clone of
Yeah.
a fledgling or whatever, a foundling, whatever he's called. What's a fledgling?
Foundling.
What is a fledgling?
I don't know.
Hang on.
It's foundling. You will be back. Soon you'll see.
When's the last time you watched Hamilton?
Last week. Bro, I don't know I'm not even like super obsessed with it, but I'll just watch it and then it'll end and I'll just hit replay. Just forever.
A fledgling is a young bird that has just fledged.
What's fledged mean?
Fledged. Of a young bird having wing feathers that are large enough for flight, able to fly.
So it's like a bird that just started flying.
Or of a person or thing having just taken on the role specified.
Okay, so that's kind of a foundling.
Yeah.
Because they put him in the role of a Mandalorian.
So, I was right. Make sure
Anyways,
everybody
Boba
comment
Fett.
below Micah was right.
So here's your homework, guys. What the skink and the scud, whatever is, and say Micah was right.
Yes.
Okay. And then my next note is that, okay, they beat the crap out of Moff Gideon, and that dude is like 70. How is he still alive? He's literally
They kill him on accident.
like, he's literally so wrinkly and frail, and he's literally bleeding out of his mouth.
They're like throwing him on the floor and stuff.
I know.
Help. Help.
They just snap his hip bone, and he gets internal bleeding and dies.
You like lightly touch him and his spine caves in.
Yeah. Okay, and then I said Grogu. That was it. That was the whole note. Grogu.
Everybody say Grogu in the comments.
Yeah, everybody leave Grogu. Can we get a Grogu in the chat?
Can we get a Grogu chain?
And then all the dark sabers are coming. And at this point I was like, all right, listen. No one has died this season, right?
No.
Who died?
Nobody's died.
Okay, so no one's died. It's the season finale. There's like 8 people in this room. The Dark Troopers just got deployed. Someone is dying right now. Right here, right now. That was my thought process. And it makes sense because, like, no one's died. There's literally every major character in one room in the season finale. Like, that's key setup for a death. But then, Cara Dune looks over, says someone's coming. It's an X-Wing. One X-Wing? That's ridiculous.
Great, we're saved.
Okay, and not gonna lie, I'm stupid. And I knew that, okay, I knew when it was one X-Wing that it was the Jedi. Okay. And, but I didn't know that it was Luke right away.
It's okay,
Because
me neither. I really thought it was gonna be somebody else that just happened to use an X-wing. Cause I was
in
like, there's no way
order
they use
of,
Luke.
like, the likelihood, because, there was Cal, there was, Ezra, Luke, Leia, who's the, Ahsoka, obviously. Or there was a completely new Jedi. And, like, in the order of rankings that I thought that we were gonna see a Jedi, which first of all, I didn't even really think that we were gonna see one. I thought we might get like a 5 second like clip, like dramatic clip at the end that would set up the next season.
Yeah, like a lightsaber ignition or something, and I would be
Yeah.
like, whoa. No, it wasn't that. We got like a whole sequence, and
So
that I really thought that it wasn't gonna be Luke, because I was like, there's no
no,
way they're
yeah.
gonna.
In the order of likelihood that I thought we were gonna see, I thought it was gonna be if we were gonna see one, which I was doubtful that we would in the first place. I thought it was gonna be Cal, and then a new Jedi, and then Ezra, because Ezra doesn't really make sense, and then
Ezra doesn't make sense.
Luke and Leia dead last. I thought they were the last Jedi that we would see because I was under the impression that we would see this Jedi train Grogu in the next season, and I was like, there's no way they're gonna do Mark Hamill or Carrie Fisher CGI for an entire season.
Right.
Then it was okay, and then I was like, okay, so who's this Jedi? Because I knew it was the Jedi, and then we see the lightsaber. Like, it is the Jedi. The lightsaber's green, so it could theoretically still be Ezra. I don't know what color Cal Kestis' lightsaber is. Is it
Okay,
blue?
the thing with that is really weird, cause like it starts out blue, but the game gives you the option to change it to like blue to green, and then
Oh,
there's a whole mission on Ilum, cause the planet where you make their
yeah.
younglings first make their lightsabers, cause he goes there, cause his lightsaber breaks because a vision of his old master. He fought a vision of his master in a very force attuned temple, and his master destroyed his lightsaber essentially. But then Cal did some weird stuff where he like forgave himself for feeling like his master's death was his fault and some other stuff, and then accepting some responsibilities. And then his like this vision of his master was like, "Good job, kid," and disappeared. I just got a Discord message. I hope it didn't pick that up. And so, yeah, and then Cal has to go to Ilum to make a new lightsaber. And then he's
Hmm.
like crawling around in caves, and then ice shatters, and then he falls really far, and then he lands in ice water. And then he gets out, and he's like freezing, and you can see his breath. And BD1 is like, and Cal's like, I don't think we're going to make it out of here. And then he sees a crystal, and he's like, whoa. And he picks it up and holds it in the light. And it tells you to move. It tells you to move the right control stick. So you move it, and he turns it, and the more you turn it, the more it turns into a different color. And I ended up choosing indigo. I was hoping I'd get purple, but I chose indigo, and I actually like it a lot. Smash that like button for Indigo Gang. And
Comment your favorite Cal Kestis lightsaber color below.
facts, do that. Favorite Cal Kestis lightsaber color. Personally, I think indigo suits him really well. But I think canonically, I think his lightsaber is blue
Okay.
because
Because
that's what it
I saw the
started
green
out as.
lightsaber, and I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure it's not, because I thought it was blue. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's not Cal. And
And
so
I
it
feel like
could
if we
be
were,
Ezra,
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
and it could be, and I was like, I guess it could be Luke, or it still could be a new Jedi. Was Leia's lightsaber blue or green? I think it was blue, right?
Leia's lightsaber was blue.
Okay, so yeah, and I was like, okay, so it's either Luke, Ezra, or a new Jedi that just has a green lightsaber. And then I saw the belt, and I was like, I think that's Luke. I was like kind of freaking out at this point. I was like,
I wasn't sure because the hood and stuff on the like
yeah,
grayscale computer monitors. I was like, who is this? I like literally it was like I was kind of getting mad because I couldn't figure it out right off the bat, and like then it was there, and like then it showed like the black cloak and stuff, and I was like, there's no way it's not him. It
yeah,
has to be like the green lightsaber and like the black cloak. It had to be him.
yeah. I saw the belt, and I was like, I think that's Luke. And then we get a close up of the hilt, and I'm like,
Yes, yes, and I was like,
it's Luke. And then I sense because he has the hood up, because that would be the CGI on the fight scene. It's like that was a smart move, on their part, you know.
mm-hmm.
And at this point, I'm freaking out, and I literally just wrote, okay, so I literally wrote, it's a Jedi! And then I have 5 straight lines in a row, all caps, Luke! 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 And then he takes his hood off, and not gonna lie, was not really impressed by the CGI at first, because it's not Mark Hamill, and that's what my brain was expecting to see. But then when I rewatched it, I was like, it actually looks pretty good. So,
I knew it wasn't gonna be him, like obviously, because there was no
well,
way they were
yeah.
gonna have a young Luke, and they were gonna. But like at the same time, I was thinking about how in the Rise of Skywalker he looked really good, and for
No,
some
yeah,
reason,
he looked really good.
like he looked exactly the same.
Yeah, it was
But like,
crazy.
and for some reason they can't get Leia's face right. They just cannot do it to save their lives.
Yeah, it's hard because they have Billy Lord as her stand-in,
That's
and
also true. I forgot about that.
they do look similar, but they still have different features.
You're right. I forgot about that.
With Luke, they can get Mark Hamill like as his stand-in, like he is him. You know.
That's true. Rest in peace, our
Honestly,
princess.
yeah. The only thing that was off for me with Leia and Rise of Skywalker was her eyes. They were a bit like the glance. I don't know. It was I don't know. As I'm an anatomy freak, and
Hmm.
that was one of the things that bothered me with Luke was his jaw movements specifically, which is probably the hardest part, of CGI, like doing stuff like that. But the way that his jaw moved when he talked bothered me a little bit. But I was also like, that's most definitely like the hardest thing to like CGI on a face. So
Definitely. And like
I'll let it slide.
a lot of people pointed out that like his lips didn't touch in certain places, and I was
Yeah.
like, honestly, like I understand the concerns, but like I appreciate the effort. I really do,
Yeah.
because he did look really good. Like really, the only thing that bothered me was the fact that never blinked, and the fact that his head was like this.
Yeah, his face shape.
His
It gave,
face was really wide.
yeah, it gave me a little bit of like, I don't know, he kind of looked like a frat boy or something.
Frat boy
So,
Luke, frat boy Luke, frat boy Luke.
frat boy Luke, which is funny.
Okay, so
Be the last person to join a frat. What?
title for this video: Frat boy Luke or Incest on Mandalore.
Both.
Got it.
Frat boy Luke dates an incestuous Mandalorian.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and then we see Luke, and then he's like, I'm here to. Okay, oh, and then freaking. What's his face? Moff Gideon shoots Bo Katan, and.
That was
and,
funny. That was funny too,
and I'm
because I
like,
remember laughing.
I was like, bruh, did she die? Because I didn't think she was gonna die. Well, actually, it kind of would have made sense if she died, and then Din would be like, oh, I guess I rule Mandalore now.
He's like, dang it.
This whole thing
I
to
guess I
figure
rule
out.
Mandalore now.
Can't they just like pretend fight? You know, like choreograph a fight.
No, because Bo-Katan's gonna take this seriously. Like she's gonna go ham on this guy,
Don't be such a prick.
and Mando's gonna be like, stop, stop, and she's just gonna be rocking him.
He just needs to let her take him down, and then just give it to her. Ugh, she's so annoying. Okay, and then he shoots Bo-Katan, and then Din jumps in front of Grogu, and then it's all sad. And then my notes say Amaya did not finish these notes due to the fact that she was bawling her eyes out.
That sounds very on brand, and I'm not surprised.
It hurt a lot.
That first of all, I just want to say I was very disappointed that Luke's first words were not "I'm Luke Skywalker and I'm here to rescue you."
I know. If he had said that, I would have lost it.
I would have lost my mind because I said that out loud when I was watching it. I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you. And then he walks in and he's like, "I am a Jedi." And I was like, "Yeah, we know. We saw the lightsaber."
Yeah.
Thank
Well.
you, Skywalker. I appreciate it. Yeah. Then that whole ending moment was very nice because Luke was like, "I have to take the child to train it," and Mando's like, "All right, go," and Grogu's like, "What?" Imagine being tossed between 3 owners in one season.
For real, bro. Who's the third?
Because he tried to give him to Ahsoka.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and he also made the frog people watch him.
Yeah. Poor Grogu.
And he got put in school. This man was just thrown around.
I know. Very good ending though.
Very good. And that
Bye.
it was very heart jerking. Like the whole like when Mando was holding him and Grogu put his hand on his mask, I was like, stop, I'm going to cry.
And then he takes his helmet off.
Yeah, and it like makes the sound and he takes it off and Grogu touches his face. I was like, this is it.
There was a point where it cut to Cara Dune and she was like staring at him and I was like, I just know that she's thinking like, oh, so that's what he looks like. You know? Like she was kind of, she was like, oh.
Because he didn't put it back on. He left it off for the entirety.
Yep.
But yeah, so then Luke's like, come little one, and R2-D2's like, and
Boop.
Grogu's like, haha, funny droid. And then, yeah, there he is. Oh, it was good. And,
Oh, wait, okay, can I point something out on this Lego figure?
please tell me his head isn't just solid black. Yep, there it is.
Very disappointed to not have a Pedro Pascal minifigure.
I think that's hilarious, because I used to do that with all the old Star Wars figures. Like, all the old, Lego clones and Stormtroopers. They all just had black heads.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that was funny, because now they just have really mean faces.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you take their helmet off, they're all...
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, that was very sad, and I had tears in my eyes whenever it ended. Because, God, the way... Pedro Pascal is such a good actor. Like, you can visibly see that Mando has no idea what to do with himself as he watches that kid leave. Like the way he's standing, the way he's holding, the way he's like slouching, and the way he has his hands in front of him. They're not touching, but they're like resting on his thighs. It's like one of the saddest things I've ever seen. And it's like all from his body language. He has no idea what to do with himself, and I think he's a very good actor, and I think it was a very well acted scene, especially with a puppet.
What?
It's not even a real creature that he was acting
Oh,
with.
yeah. No, yeah. Sorry, I was plugging my laptop in. And then we get the end credit scene, and it's pretty cool.
That was amazing, because, first of all, Bib Fortuna, all fat and junk. I think that's hilarious, because I guess whoever just ends up staying there in that palace are just like...
Story time.
Story time.
With my parents.
Uh-oh.
And literally... Well, okay, I was watching with my parents, and then I was like, there's an end credit scene. If you guys want to watch it. And they were like, sure. So I went to it, and I skipped to it. And then they're watching, and they're like, what is this? And I'm like, I was like, it's Jabba's palace. And then we see Bib Fortuna, and my dad goes, is that Jabba? The person who introduced me to Star Wars thought Bib Fortuna was Jabba. And I was like, even my mom knew who Bib Fortuna was. I was like, no, that's his, like his sidekick guy, because Jabba's dead. Because Leia killed him.
God, how old is he at this point? That's wild.
I don't know.
Because he was around in episode 1, too.
I forget what channel it was. One of the channels was doing like a Star Wars marathon, and so we were watching.
Probably TBS.
Maybe, I don't know. We were watching Return of the Jedi at dinner, one night, and then Bib Fortuna came on, and I was like, "That's the guy from the Mandalorian." And then they were like, "Oh, that's all." But yeah, great.
Nice.
Can't that show because really like Boba Fett, so yeah.
That's awesome. Go,
Great.
go, Dad.
Yes.
You know, that was nice because Bib Fortuna was all fat and stuff, and he was like, blah, 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 blah. And Bubba was like, pfft. And I was like, this man cut no corners. He didn't say a word to him. Nothing.
Fennec frees the slave, and then she grabs a drink.
Yeah.
As she should.
Yeah, and I was like, how did she drink that? Isn't she like part robot now?
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Robot
she's gonna short circuit. But no, she sat down in the corner of that chair, and the way Bubba was sitting reminded me a lot of how Maul sat in the throne on Mandalore. I don't know what it is with bad guys in this show, all sitting like. Can I reenact it real quick? They all sit like. My mic just fell, so sorry for any unnecessary noise that you might have just heard. But they all sit like this. How far back can this go? Yep. All of them. Like this.
You like my penguin pajamas?
I don't know what you said because my mic was not in my ear. Anyways, what?
Oh. My penguin pajamas.
Quack. I'm still wearing jeans. I've been stretching. I've been trying to get more flexible.
Nice. I'm not flexible. Oh, that was pretty good.
Thank you. My goal is to learn how to do a back handspring by Thanksgiving. So, yeah. If I can... That's the goal. Will I be able to do it? Yes, I will. That's my 2021 New Year's resolution is to be able to do a back handspring by Thanksgiving.
Do it. Drop a comment to motivate Micah to do it.
Drop a comment to motivate me because I'm very easily unmotivated and I actually need a lot of validation, so thanks.
Okay, do we want to move on to WandaVision?
Yes, we do. Surprise. This is the end of our Mando segment, and this is the start of our WandaVision segment. We are starting, and I didn't realize they're going to be starting 2 episodes, so we're starting with the first episode today, and then we're going to wrap up this. How long have we been going for?
Pretty long.
Almost an hour. So
yeah.
This is probably going to end up being our longest episode in a bit.
Yeah.
So.
But I feel like the WandaVision talk is going to be brief, because honestly...
There wasn't much to talk about in that first episode.
It was a good episode, but there's not much substance to discuss, I guess, for further episodes, you know?
Yeah, and I think next week, the only reason we'll have a decent length episode is because we'll be talking about 2 and 3, which are both going to be like because 2 was like 36 minutes, so I know 3 is going to be like 30 minutes-ish as well. But I think 4 and onward are supposed to be longer, so I think we'll have more to talk about. And if not, we can just procrastinate like always, so, you know.
So we start off with the cute little theme song, and it was cute. I vibed with the whole 50s theme and the haha. I
did too. Me and my roommate watched it, and because he likes Marvel, you know, and he was a little skeptical of the show, because I mean, I wasn't, because personally I love Scarlet Witch, but mainly that's just because I love Elizabeth Olsen. Fun fact: she and I share a birthday. So there's that.
February 16th.
Yes. And yeah, she's my celebrity crush. So there's that. And one of many actually. And so
you and Tom Holland both. Tom Holland said she was really hot in an interview once.
I agree with him. Also, it's funny that you said that, because you said that me and Tom Holland both, because, fun fact, if they ever introduce Miles Morales into the MCU by the time I turn 22, I will definitely be auditioning if I'm allowed to, because I don't look 18. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really don't think I look like an 18-year-old. So, if I just add a little pitch raise to the voice, I think I can do it.
If you meet Tom Holland, you have to tell him I said hi. Please.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
I love Holland.
Yeah.
No. I've never...
Hope he sees this. Everybody, send this video to Tom Holland's Instagram DMs and link him to this exact time frame. I don't know where it's at. I'll put it in the description. Hopefully,
If
I
any
remember.
of you know Tom Holland, go to my Instagram, okay? Pick the top 3 posts that you think I look best in and show them to him. Tell him I'm single, I'm 20, I will drop everything for him. So, just let him know that I'm here. But I'm not a creepy stalker. I just really like him a lot.
Yeah, do that. She's cool. Also, I'm getting really tired of seeing her private stories of her being like, "Why am I single?" So, Tom Holland, please, just take her out once, and I think she'll be satisfied. That's all
I will.
need.
I'll never shut up. No, I will shut up forever if Tom Holland takes me on a date.
Oh my god! I need to like find this man's phone number and call him.
Okay. Anyways,
WandaVision.
they're cute. She's really pretty. You're right.
Yeah, I know.
And then there was like a classic. So they start off with like a classic boomer "I hate my wife" joke.
That was so funny. The show's humor. Honestly, the laugh track makes it so much better for me. Cause like, I don't know. I like the recurring "my husband Ralph" joke from Agnes. Those are so funny.
Yeah, I really don't have that much. I wrote Paul Bettany nice. He's a cool guy. Nice. Paul Bettany.
My god.
Let's just say yeah, he's cool. And then I just wrote the word time. So they probably mentioned something about time, and I was like, that could be something trippy later, you know? So I wrote it down, and I wasn't specific with it. So.
Yeah, and they had their whole. Nothing really interesting happened until that segment when they started asking them where they were from and like what they moved from and what they were doing here and how long they'd been married for.
Yeah.
And what's his face was like, well, what is it? What's the answer? What is it? And both of them were just sitting there. And I like how they keep focusing on Wanda in these scenes, and I'll talk about this more in the second episode too, because I'm sure the third episode will have something like it as well. But they did this twice in the first and second episode where they just like zoom in on her because she's like freaking out. Then that's how we're kind of like figuring out that this has a lot to do with her.
Yeah.
And I'm eager to see what the cause is. Like, I'm eager to see what it is. Like, I'm very invested.
I think it's her reality.
It's her coping mechanism.
Yeah, and she doesn't want that to like crumble. I don't know. And so when they start questioning the time frame and the past,
where she's like, shut up.
Yeah.
What if she made him choke?
I saw a theory about that actually, because if you see, when he says that, because like he starts questioning them, they focus in on her, and then she looks at him, and then she like blinks or does something with her hand, like she grabs her glass maybe, and then that's immediately when he starts choking.
That's wild. Also,
and whether it was intentional or not, you know,
yeah,
it's like she did it on purpose, but I think that it was like a defense mechanism, almost like an innate like reaction to be like, this thing is going to ruin my life.
He's threatening my way of life, so shut him up. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we won't know unless they like actually like unless that is a thing and they bring it back later. But yeah.
And then okay, so I thought it was cool that the toaster, which first of all, I don't know what was the point of that commercial? Is that going to be important later?
I think every commercial has something of some significance because the second episode had something that was very. I
haven't seen it yet.
You haven't? Okay, the second episode has something that's very like, whoa. So, because it has a commercial too, and I remember being like.
Because I noticed this one, the toaster was from Stark Industries, so that's obviously something. But then I also noticed that the wife was so like lifeless, you know? Uh-oh, is that like something that we're gonna see next episode?
Uh, yeah, the wife
She,
was really lifeless. Now that you mention it, I remember. I
yeah,
don't. The
like,
commercials are just very like offbeat.
yeah,
Like
because the guy was like, "You want to make this toast for me?" And the wife was like,
she's like,
she was like, "Yeah," and then she like slowly, I don't know, she was something off. Something was off about her. So that's why I was like, there was no point to that. So I feel like that's definitely gonna be important like later.
yeah,
And then, all this stuff happens. And then at the very end, we see that there actually is a bigger picture here, other than it just being a sitcom.
yeah, because it's like this dude watching it on the TV, has
Yeah.
a remote and stuff, and I'm like, oh. Also, might I add, the wife of the boss, the Mrs. Hart, I recognized her from Friends because she was Phoebe's half brother's wife,
Hmm.
but she
I know.
couldn't have that. Okay, well, Phoebe's half brother is like, I'm in love with her, and it's like this 60-year-old woman, and it's this lady, and she's like, I can't have children, and Phoebe's like, I'll carry the babies.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's very wild.
Wow.
But yeah,
But yeah, that's literally all of my notes. I
it's not much to talk about, I guess, but
hopefully okay. So this is just like an intro. Next week will be like a Kickstarter and just some real discussion.
yes, some real theorizing, some real and analysis.
Wow.
We're gonna ignore that. That was embarrassing, and I was gonna like try and redo that, but I'm afraid I'm gonna mess it up again. So
Real analysis.
real analysis, and yeah, we're back in action, guys and dolls. So
Uh,
I think this is where we're gonna cut it, and yeah, don't forget to wish Amaya a happy birthday or a happy belated birthday because I don't know when this video is gonna get uploaded, but she's 20 now, and I think we should all appreciate her 20ness.
oh,
Yeah, she's freaking old, dude. Um, Grandma, but yeah. So make sure to wish Amaya a happy birthday. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Thank you guys for sticking with us through our almost month-long absence, and and yeah. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Actually, I'm gonna let Birthday Girl do the outro.
and well, thank you all for watching. Smash that like button. Drop the answers to our questions in your comments. Doesn't make any- This is why I don't do it.
Yeah.
And be sure to like, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications and like. It's all. Don't dislike. Make sure it's the thumbs up.
Hey, don't dislike the video.
Don't.
No.
Don't. No.
That's
That's bad.
that's very bad for
We'll kill
our.
you. I'm just kidding. Okay. Anyways, like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications.
Don't dislike. I swear to God. Do not
And-
dislike this video.
What if we get like 10 dislikes out of spite? And then our channel gets removed because I said I was gonna kill them.
Somebody reports the video for threatening content, and they have to sit through the entire video and wait for you to say that you're gonna kill them.
Anyways,
Oh, man.
and as always,
Sith Happens.
woo!
Yeah. It's good to be back. We'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.